Hi, this is Bob Rakes with highlights of issue 118 of the 8K Association Monitor newsletter. At the 8K Association, we often think of three key parts of the system for 8K viewing. Content has to be captured and displayed, but it also has to be delivered, so interfacing that supports 8K is a critical part of the ecosystem that we promote and help develop. Luckily, key interfaces such as DisplayPort and HDMI are already supporting 8K, and that's not just at a base level. The 8K Association showed 8K 120 frames per second gaming at the NAB show this spring, using off-the-shelf cables supporting HDMI 2.1b with display stream compression. However, HDMI is continuing to push forward with the release of the new HDMI 2.2 specification, which will support up to 8K at 240 frames per second, beyond anything that's in the market today. We dug into HDMI 2.2 in an article. Part of delivering content from capture to display is the use of codecs, and as those codecs get more sophisticated, the amount of processing needed to exploit the power keeps increasing. There's a danger that the extra processing can cause issues with delay or latency. So we were really pleased to see that Spin Digital, the advanced codec specialist, has been able to demonstrate 8K encoding using the VVC advanced codec with camera to display latency of just 600 milliseconds. Even more impressive is that they're doing this without specialist hardware for compression, but using off-the-shelf processors. We made a deeper dive into the issues of delay and latency in our article. NHK, the Japanese broadcaster, was the original developer of the 8K standard that was adopted by the ITU as the top level of Ultra HD for TV use. But that's not the end of the story when it comes to resolution. Both NHK and the ITU have continued to look ahead at the need for higher resolution, especially for 360-degree viewing and immersive applications. In Japan, the NHK laboratories have developed a system for 30K 360-degree capture and with 180-degree display with 15K resolution. We reported on their demonstration. We've written a lot recently about the issue of film grain in digital content, and we reported on an interesting discussion on LinkedIn about the pros and cons of grain synthesis for broadcasters and others. This has been a big topic recently, as the DVB group said that it didn't see a need for grain synthesis for broadcasters, or at least not at the moment. On the other hand, Netflix has recently said that it will be doing more to exploit the feature, which is mandatory in the AV1 codec which it uses. The news on film grain was part of a roundup of 8K activities this week, including the news that there's going to be an 8K video wall at IBC 2025. We're really looking forward to seeing that. Big video walls based on direct view LEDs have been a real feature of the display world news in recent months. We reported on a huge virtual production volume with more than 500 million pixels built by Absen in China. We also dug into some of the industrial and technical challenges of virtual production, which has grown rapidly as an application in the last 5 years. We also report on another outdoor LED installation that's over a quarter mile long and not far short of half a kilometre. Wow. The 8K Association plans to be in its own 8K pavilion at the forthcoming CEDIA Expo in September with talks and demonstrations. If you'll be at the show, make sure you pop by, say hello, and see the latest and greatest 8K technology. So this is Bob Rakes with highlights of issue 118 of the 8K Association Monitor newsletter.